So let's talk about these 5 qualities one by one. Ask it to yourself first. Next, they ask better questions. Okay? Fancy theorems are never going to get used directly. We have been doing over the last so many years, and we are proud to say that we've been able to produce a lot of problem solvers in it. Hi everyone, good evening, Jai Hind. 5 qualities which differentiates a problem solver in mathematics from someone who might be very good in school but not very good in mathematics. These are the 5 qualities. If someone is able to develop, he is able to do really great in not only the math contest but in life he becomes a problem solver. So let's talk about these 5 qualities one by one. Before that, let me also talk about a great myth. It's a myth that good Olympiad students are born geniuses, they're magicians, and they have good genes. There's nothing like that. In the last 5 years that we have started Vedantu Olympiad School, I can proudly say that we have been able to develop a lot of problem solvers for life. A lot of these students joined us when they were in grade 7th, grade 8th, and I can proudly say that they have become INMO awardees 2025 or 2026. So everything can be trained. It is just about the mindset. It is just about the hard work that you put in. On that note, let's talk about the first of these qualities. Whenever a good student encounters a problem which is not seen by him before, he does not panic. He stays calm. This is one of the most important quality. And secondly, is he does not immediately jump to the solution. ये बहुत important चीज है जो कि बहुत सारे बच्चे मिस कर देते हैं. A lot of students, whenever they find a problem which they think they can't do, they would immediately jump to the solutions and ultimately they would find the answers, even though they would understand the problem and the solution also, but believe you me, they will never be able to solve a similar kind of problem again. So what you need to do whenever you encounter a problem which is new, you try different things. I have seen a lot of stories, a lot of students anecdotes wherein they have told me that they were onto this problem for 2 days, sometimes 3 days continuously at a stretch. I am not asking you to do that. I'm just asking you, if you think you know all the concepts of a particular topic, do not jump to the solution immediately. Try to find out different ideas, try to think whatever can work, because for every topic, the number of ideas are limited. They are finite. There are 5, 6, 7 ideas linked to every topic. The problems may be infinite, but the ideas are 5, 6, 7 for every topic. Even if you have to see a solution, I would advise you to see the solution line by line. So again, keep a hand or maybe keep a copy on the entire solution. Maybe just see the first line and try to come back to the problem and see if that first line helps you to get to the solution on your own. If it does, that is something that is going to give you more confidence than seeing the actual solution as a whole. ठीक है, तो अगर फर्स्ट लाइन से आंसर नहीं आ पाता, या if you're not getting any hints, maybe do see another line. But again, see solution line by line. It is something which is very, very, very important. So again, the students stay calm. They do not panic because these problems are on the difficult side. Everyone knows that. And one thing which I encounter a lot when I give a new problem to my students is कि ये मैम ने करवाया नहीं है. Take this line out of your life. It is very important. The second is they observe first. They have very good observational skills, or they develop these observational skills. It is not about calculations. Olympiads are never about calculations. No one expects you to be good in calculations if you're good in Olympiads. They are two different things. A lot of students mix calculations, good calculations with mathematics. You may be very strong with calculations, but again, your math may be very weak. Math is all about logic. Math is all about solving new problems. In fact, once you enter a college, you will be handed calculators. You will be handed Google Sheets, Excel sheets to work your calculations on. So again, the world expects you to do the calculations on your own. But will you be allowed calculators in the exams? No, because good Olympiad contest, good math contest will never have those kind of calculations. So calculations is very different from real mathematics. We train students to develop those calculators. We train students to develop those Google Sheets. This is what mathematics is. This is what real ideology of teaching good maths is. So again, calculators पे नहीं जाना है, and please understand, any good problem would not have a lot of calculations, right? So no one is expecting you to find out 259 into 358 very quickly. And again, these kind of problems are never going to come in any good math contest. So again, it is more about observation, observe things, try to find and try to, structure the solution in your mind, and calculations is the last thing you worry about. Okay, I hope this is clear, because a lot of students think that I'm not good in calculation, so I mean, Olympiads are not for me. This is a great myth, and it has nothing to do with getting better in mathematics. Next thing is comfortable with the confusion. As I mentioned, these contests, these problems are really difficult, and you're bound to have confusions. You're never going to be like you'll be able to solve every problem on your own from a particular good level book or a good level handout, right? So and confusions are a part of these Olympiad preparations. If there's no confusion, that means you're not probably challenging yourself enough. So what does confusion mean? Confusion means even if you've seen the solution, or even if you've arrived at the answer of a solution on your own, then also you tend to find out why is this happening. So why, the questioning should be the most important question of your life, not to the teacher, but to yourself. Ask yourself questions, more and more questions, and try to answer those questions on your own. So confusion is the most important aspect, and if there is no confusion, then probably you're not doing the Olympiad preparation right. So Olympiad students stay stuck longer, and it is okay to get confused. It is okay to ask a lot of problems, a lot of questions. Ask it to yourself first. Next, they ask better questions. Again, as I mentioned, why is the most important question of your life. If someone throws a theorem at you, you ask why. And again, it might happen that your teacher, your tuition teacher, your sibling, your parent might not be able to answer those questions, and that's perfectly fine. For that moments, there are Google, there is ChatGPT, there is Claude, there are a lot of LLM models that you can always use. But why is the most important question of your life. If someone tells you that a number is divisible by 3, if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3 and does not give you the proof, ask why. If someone tells you that number and the sum of the digits gives the same remainder with 9, ask them why. If someone tells you Fermat theorem, ask them the proof. And again, before asking them the proof, try to prove it yourself. Maybe you will be successful, maybe you will be not. And that's perfectly fine. 80% of the cases, you will not be able to prove a lot of things on your own. That's perfectly fine. But again, at least ask. And this is again very important question. So again, in my courses, even before writing the test, I get to know which student is going to get good marks in any good math contest versus which student is not going to good marks on the basis of the questions that they're asking. So some students, so again, I tend to skip a lot of steps, and that is deliberate. And some students would ask me at every step, how is this happened? How has this happened? Again, I don't mind answering those questions, but the important point is, before asking this question to a teacher or to anyone, ask yourself, can you solve it? Can you answer that question on your own? Because if you can, that is going to give you more confidence than anything in the world. Right? So again, asking questions is not bad, but again, before asking the questions, try to answer that question yourself. Right? So there's something called troubleshooting. So at any point of time, you've realized, oh, I'm not getting the right answer, or left hand side is not equal to right hand side. Troubleshoot, go backwards and see which step left hand side is not coming out to be equal to right hand side. That is the step that you've done wrong, and try to find that mistake on your own. So troubleshooting is very important. Troubleshooting is something which is going to give you independence. It is going to give you confidence, and this is something which is again, as I mentioned, ask good problems, ask good questions to anyone, right? So उसके basis पे वही सब समझ में आया था कि कौन सा बच्चा is going to do really great before even the students write the first test. Last but not the least, we have to know that Olympiads and Olympics, math Olympiads are all about thinking. They are not about memorizing good results. A lot of students know a lot of theory, they know a lot of theorems, they have read a lot of books, but still they are not able to get marks. They are not able to solve a lot of good independent problems, new problems when they encounter them. It is only and only because they do not realize that more than theory, it is all about thinking, making that structure, improving your logic, That is very important. In fact, अगर हम IOQM की बात करें, मैं हर बार बोलता हूँ, there is hardly any problem in IOQM which uses any fancy theorem. So that does not mean those fancy theorems are not important. They're important to understand the mathematics in the right way, to have a great idea, to have a good 3D picture, holistic view. But those fancy theorems are never going to get used directly. Right? So anyone who has good logic is able to do those problems on his own. So logic is something which is very important to build. So solve logical problems. So play a lot of math games. There are a lot of math games, and wherein you have to, develop those winning moves, losing moves, and so on. So any game that you play which has logic, try to find that logic. It is very, very, very important. So again, thinking is more important than rote memorizing the formulas. Okay. So again, let me again reiterate the fact that Olympiad students are not born genius, and again, every aspect of Olympiad training can be trained, can be acquired, and this is something that we have been doing over the last so many years, and we are proud to say that we've been able to produce a lot of problem solvers in India, and they're doing really great in their lives. Again, if you want to be part of these courses, you can join these courses. So again, we start, the senior batches start from grade 7, grade 8. This is level 5 weekend batch. And this is where we improve the fundamentals. We start improving the fundamentals. This is going to get started from 14th of May. Saturday, Sunday, 5 to 6:30 p.m. It is going to be taken by Anirudh sir. And we are going to cover a lot of math things here. And logic is going to be the top priority. Apart from this, the level 5 weekday batch has already started. It started on 7th of May, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 to 8:30 p.m. This is taken by me, and there are going to be 50 plus live classes. Along with that, if someone is going to write NMTC, we're going to provide the NMTC support also. This is going to be over and above these classes, and all the practice tests and assignments and solutions are going to be there. For level 6, grade 9th and 10th, someone who's getting into Olympiad for the first time and is in grade 9th and 10th, this is being taken by Chetan sir. This is level 6 batch. It has already started from 2nd of May. Weekdays batch are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 to 6:30 p.m., 52 classes, along with NMTC support. You can join this batch. The links of these batches are there in the description box. And finally, level 7, someone who's done grade 10th mathematics, is confident, is prepared for Olympiad once. This is a batch. This is 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 5 to 6:30 p.m. This is being taken by me. 70 plus live classes along with NMTC support is going to be there. So all these classes are there. All these batches are there. The links are there in the description box. If you wish, you can join these classes. Hopefully you found this video great. If you did, make sure you like and also subscribe to this channel. Take care. God bless you. Bye everyone.